It took Serena Williams 511 days to go from outside the top 200 to inside the top 10. It took Maria Sharapova 602. Even Emma Raducanu, the fastest climb tennis had seen in years, needed 364. One player since 1990 has done it faster than all of them, and she's 19 years old, from Canada, and 13 months ago she was ranked 333rd in the world. Her name is Victoria Mboko, and the story behind that climb starts long before tennis. In 1999, her parents, Cyprien Mboko and Godi Katadi, left the Democratic Republic of Congo, not chasing opportunity, but because staying wasn't safe. They landed in Charlotte, North Carolina, and on August 26, 2006, Victoria was born, the youngest of 4 kids. Within months the family moved again, this time to Burlington, Ontario, a quiet city outside Toronto. Every one of the 4 Mboko children played tennis. Victoria picked up a racket around age 3, mostly because she didn't want to be left out of what her older siblings were doing. Her father worked night shifts specifically so he'd be free during the day to drive her to practices and tournaments, a schedule he kept for years so his youngest daughter could chase something none of them could yet fully explain. For a long time, from the outside, this looked like nothing special. In 2021, at 14, she was playing a W15 event, the lowest rung of professional tennis, in Prokuplje, Serbia, in front of a crowd that could fit in a living room. In 2022, at 15, she won her first professional title, a W25 in Saskatoon, and reached the junior doubles finals at both the Australian Open and Wimbledon, peaking at number 6 in the junior world rankings. But junior tennis and professional tennis are different sports, and by the end of 2024 she was ranked around 350th in the world with not much to show for it on paper. What the ranking didn't show was that she'd spent that stretch training at Justine Henon's academy in Belgium, not chasing points, but rebuilding her game from the ground up. She came home in November 2024, started working with coach Natalie Tauziat, a former world number 3 and 1998 Wimbledon finalist, and declared 2025 a clean slate. Then she went on a tear. Titles in Martinique, Guadeloupe, upstate New York, and Manchester, 22 consecutive wins without dropping a set. By late March 2025 she'd cracked the WTA's top 200 for the first time, a career high of number 156. Then the bigger stages opened up. A wild card into the Miami Open, her first WTA 1000 match ever, and she beat Camila Osorio. A qualifying run into the Italian Open, where she took the first set off world number 3 Coco Gauff before losing in 3. Gauff said afterward that Mboko moved like one of the best athletes on tour. Her French Open debut came next. 3 qualifying wins, then a run to the 3rd round, beating Lulu Sun and German number 1 Eva Liss along the way, making her the youngest Canadian ever to win a main draw match at Roland Garros. At Wimbledon, she got in only as a lucky loser and still won her first-round match. Then came Montreal. Mboko entered the 2025 National Bank Open as a wildcard, ranked 85th on home soil, in a WTA 1000 field stacked with every elite player in the sport. In the quarterfinals she beat 2020 Australian Open champion Sofia Kenin, then took down world number 2 Coco Gauff 6-1, 6-4 in just 62 minutes. In the semi-final against Elena Rybakina, the 2022 Wimbledon champion, Mboko was down a set and facing match point before saving it, grinding out a tiebreak and winning in 3. In the final, she came back from dropping the first set 2-6 to beat 4-time Grand Slam champion Naomi Osaka 6-4, 6-1, doing it despite a wrist injury picked up the night before. She became the 3rd Canadian woman ever to win her home tournament, after Faye Urban in 1969 and Bianca Andreescu in 2019, and the 2nd youngest player in the Open era to beat 4 Grand Slam champions in a single event, younger than everyone except Serena Williams, who did it at 17 in 1999. When I had that winning moment and saw so many people standing up and cheering for me, it was kind of a surreal experience, Mboko said afterward. "I would have never thought something like this would have come so suddenly." It didn't stop there. She won the Hong Kong Open in November 2025 to finish the year ranked 18th and as Canada's #1. In January 2026, she reached her first WTA 500 final in Adelaide and posted her best ever Grand Slam result, a fourth-round run at the Australian Open. In February, at the Qatar Open in Doha, she beat top 10 opponents Mira Andreeva and Australian Open champion Elena Rybakina on her way to the final, where she lost to Karolina Muchova, but the run itself was enough. On February 16, 2026, Victoria Mboko officially entered the WTA Top 10, becoming the fourth Canadian woman ever to do it, after Carling Bassett-Seguso, Eugenie Bouchard, and Bianca Andreescu. It took her 357 days to go from cracking the top 200 to reaching the top 10, the fastest anyone has done it since Jennifer Capriati in 1990, who needed 203. Her coach has been careful not to oversell it. Even after all of this, Tauziat has said publicly that Mboko still needs to improve her serve, her forehand, her backhand, and her physical conditioning. In other words, the fundamentals from a player already ranked among the 10 best in the world. There are real question marks too. A right wrist injury flared up after Montreal and forced her out of Cincinnati. She's still never been past the fourth round of a major, and a 19-year-old carrying a full WTA schedule is a genuine burnout risk. But step back and look at the whole shape of it. Two people leave the Congo because staying isn't an option. They rebuild a life in Canada. A father works nights so his daughter can train during the day. A daughter grows up in a house where the TV is always tuned to Wimbledon, picks up a racket so she won't be left out, and 13 months after being ranked 333rd in the world, she's standing in the top 10 with wins over Goff, Rybakina, Osaka, Kenin, Keys, and Andreeva already on her resume. She hasn't won a Grand Slam yet. By her own coach's account, she hasn't even shown her ceiling. If the last year is any indication of what's coming, the rest of the tour has every reason to be nervous.